So we absolutely have to talk about Tesla stock today because it's starting to look a bit scary. Now, I made several videos in the past warning about Tesla stock as it was in its high $400 area, saying, look, this is probably not a good area to buy Tesla. And I mentioned that we were likely to start seeing some pain, which is why I was rotating out of Tesla and I started buying a lot of HIMs, which by the way is up 63.89% year to date, while Tesla is actually down 2.69% year to date. So my portfolio has been looking absolutely phenomenal, but here's the thing, my views have been dropping like a rock because I haven't been talking a lot about Tesla, and when I do, it's often not in a very positive light. But I don't want to be like one of those individuals that you see on X or on YouTube just talking about all the positives of Tesla while it's falling down. That's not my focus. I'm not here to just only talk about the good for Tesla. I'm here to, actually talk about the current shifting dynamics of the market, and if that means that my views are going to be falling down, then so be it. It's not going to be popular, and I don't want to be like one of those individuals who tell you to sell everything you own and get a loan and put it all into Tesla stock, because you know what happens to those people that end up following that advice? They end up living on the streets and being homeless. And these influencers who talk about just going all in on Tesla stock and selling everything you own to buy Tesla stock, they don't care if you go broke, because guess what? They're raking in the views and they're making a tremendous amount of money monetizing their audience, versus the people who follow their advice end up getting shattered. And that's not what I'm here to do. I just want to go ahead and talk about a company and not have a biased opinion and only talk about the positives. And so with that said, I want to talk about why we're in a pivotal moment for Tesla and highlight a few interesting perspectives. Starting with the fact that Tesla sales are now diving in Germany and across Europe as well. Now, many are speculating that this has something to do with Elon Musk's political views, but I don't entirely agree with that being the only reason. Maybe that has a little bit of an influence on why sales in Germany are just plummeting down, but I think there's a little bit more nuance to it. I think, of course, if you look at the New York Times or things that kind of are, media that swings more to the left, they're going to try to just pin it on Elon Musk's political views. But I think there's more to it. For example, we had recently the announcement of the refresh of the Model Y, which, by the way, I think looks like an amazing car. But one of the things that we often see is that when we have this, announcement of production starting for a new vehicle, well, you tend to see people who are looking to buy that, older model hold off. Because why would you buy the Model Y right now when you're going to have a new refresh model that's going to be absolutely, coming soon, that looks beautiful? I mean, we've seen this take place recently in the past with the Model 3, right? When they had the refresh Model 3, kind of saw sales trickle down a bit, because of course, it's like buying an iPhone, right? If you want to buy an iPhone, which by the way, my case, just don't judge me on my case, I need to get a new case. But if you want to buy an iPhone and it's around August, and you know that, Apple is going to release an iPhone 27 whatever now, right? Because it just seems like it just keeps going up with a new model every year that does nothing. You're going to want to hold off from buying the previous year's model and just hold off, a little while just to get the new model, right? That's just the matter of how it actually ends up happening in terms of, regardless if it's with phones or cars. And so I think that has to do with some of the pressure with what we're seeing with sales in Germany. But again, maybe if you're in Germany and you're watching this video, you let me know in the comment section down below. Are people in Germany not buying Teslas because of Elon Musk's political views, or is there probably more to the picture? Again, comment down in the comment section below. Now, I went on X and I saw someone make this post saying that Tesla announced hiring of engineers and managers for mass production of Optimus and Fremont last night, the product that will change humanity forever and move the stock up magnitudes. The result? Tesla stock falling down. Now, what I think a lot of people are failing to realize is that when it comes to hopium, right? And this is definitely hopium. It could only go on for so long, right? At the end of the day, you have to understand that you can't just keep, investing in a company based on this idea of what could happen in the future when it's not guaranteed. We've heard Elon Musk for over a decade promise autonomous vehicles, and even now himself, he kind of clowns around on the earnings calls and says that he's been a little optimistic in the past, and but he's sure that it's going to happen in the future. And it's been like a decade of this now, right? And so yes, the idea of Optimus if it does come to the market, it does look like it has a huge, actual demand for this product. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy using it if it's able to, have the capabilities to fulfill those mundane tasks that no one really wants to do, like folding clothes. However, we still know that it's not really something that is easy to do. And we also heard Elon Musk in previous earnings calls mention that it's actually quite difficult to actually build these robots. And so, of course, hiring, great talent to start the development of mass production, that's great news, but you can't 100% put your faith on the stock right now just on that news. I mean, Elon Musk is very good at marketing the future potential for Tesla. In several earnings calls, he's mentioned that it's going to be the most valuable company in the world, and maybe down the line that is a possibility, right? It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but currently, I mean, it's not looking good with delivery numbers all over the place. Not looking good. They're looking pretty bad. Now, I also want to highlight this other post on X from Troy Teslike, who mentioned that Wall Street analysts estimate 65,000 Cybertrucks in 2025, but I expect 21,000 units. Deliveries were 34,426 units in 2024. However, this included many buyers who had been waiting since the reveal event in November 2019. The order backlog is gone. Tesla ended 2024 with 10,600 unsold Cybertrucks because of too much production and low demand. The backlog dropped to zero on November 24th, 2024, when Tesla's order page in the US showed the customers could order and take a delivery of the Cybertruck on the same day. A cheaper Cybertruck this year is unlikely because Cybertruck is not profitable. A cheaper version makes things worse. Now, we did hear Elon Musk mention at some point that the Cybertrucks were profitable for just one quarter, but essentially there was a little bit of kind of this accounting going on that made it happen for that one particular quarter. But looking forward, it's still not something that's actually going to really help. And if they lower the prices of the Cybertruck, that's also gonna be pretty bad. Now, Peter DiCarlo, who also has a channel on YouTube as well, mentioned that things will get ugly if Tesla breaks this liquidity zone, and he mentioned that the next stop would be 350 to 340. Now, I actually do agree with this. Right now, we are in a very pivotal moment for Tesla. Doesn't mean that Tesla is gonna break this, right? We're just watching for what's going to happen. For example, if we see Tesla bounce from here, well, then that may actually be a good opportunity to buy more, which is why I'm going to be watching this area. But if we see Tesla break below this area, I want to go ahead and highlight in, further on in this video why this is a real crucial area to watch. Which, by the way, Peter DiCarlo, I definitely watch his content from time to time. He's one of the very few individuals who talks about Tesla stock who doesn't have this really biased opinion that Tesla stock is like the best thing ever, right? I think he does skew more to the side that Tesla stock is great, just like I do, but occasionally he will mention, hey, look, this doesn't look good, right? And that's kind of what we want. We want, to watch content that's not just giving you confirmation bias. If you're holding Tesla stock and you want it to go up, then of course you're going to want to watch someone who's going to tell you that Tesla stock's going to go to the moon. But the reality is you want to kind of actually stay away from confirmation bias, as it could really hurt you in the long run. You want to look at things objectively, and you want to be kind of agnostic to the emotions and the feelings that take place within the market. You do that and you're going to do very well. Now, quick plug, if you're interested, I do have a free weekly market post insights where every single week I send out an email of what you should be paying attention to in regards to the market. Last week I sent one out in terms of what's going on with quantitative easing and liquidity, and of course it's free, so make sure to check out the link in the description below, because why not? It's free information, so definitely check that out. But with that said, I want to go ahead and touch on what we're currently seeing with Tesla stock. Now, one of the things I want to point out is where we currently are at. We're in this pocket of volume when we're looking at the volume profile, which is volume relative to price. And I say this very often in my videos. When you're in these areas where there's this pocket of volume, that means that it could either push the order books up or down relatively quickly, because there's not a lot of exchanging between buyers and sellers at these price levels. And so if you have a lot more sellers when you have these pockets of volume, it could just push Tesla stock quickly down, and we see that the next area right over here is slightly around $340, where there's a strong amount of volume relative to price. And then of course below that is another pocket of volume where it's 289. So these are the areas we want to watch out for. Now, of course, you should only trade and invest in whatever you see value in. And if you're watching this and you're like, I don't agree with what Justin is saying, then of course, put your money where your mouth is and only invest in whatever you see value in. Recently, I haven't been seeing value in Tesla, and that's why within the Push and Profit private group, I've been sharing that, look, I like HIMS. I broke down the reason why. It has something to do with what's going on with politics and health insurance and why. I won't delve into that. That was exclusively for the Push and Profit private group, but I broke down publicly HIMS in a few videos ago of how this has strong momentum, and it looks like I'm trimming off my position with HIMS, by the way. I already mentioned that to the Push and Profit private group. But with that said, you have to be able to rotate out of the market, because it's gonna have its times where Tesla stock could have a month, we've seen it, where it goes up 70%. And then another month where it falls down 40. And you have to be able to identify the discrepancy between price and value, and understand that sometimes when we have these extremes, that may be a good time to kind of rotate in something else. But again, you have to do whatever you see value in. Now, if you found some value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you haven't done so already. And before I go, make sure to check out this next video right over here. Okay, I'm still waiting for you to click on that video. See you guys on that next video. Take care.